Does reincarnation really exist, or it is just a collective imagination, a collective belief, a group belief based on religion misconception or even misunderstanding? Or could it be that we bring with us the impression of other worlds, other planets in the solar system, or even our our ancestral blueprint? Could be that we bring our ancestral blueprint memory with us, because after all, everything is about memories. And when we come to this world, we come with a blueprint attached by the overlords, aliens, who call themselves gods, which many of you are so happy and pleased to worship. So this is the blueprint, also Pisces Visicus, which has been somewhat thwarted and distorted by them. Okay, first of all, there were never to have such a thing as reincarnation. We were to come and then do our time, could be 300 years living here, 500, 1000, until you get bored and then you, like a snake, decided that it's time for you to go at your own free will, without having to be killed by somebody or by bacteria, by virus, by diseases, etc. We didn't have to go through all this process here. So there is something like incarnation. That means we come, we do our time here, we do our mission. We don't have to come as an animal. If you do, it's up to you, but you don't have to. It's not necessary. Okay, and all the imprints are but from our ancestral. For each dissident, there gotta be an imprint of those who has left many years ago, centuries, or even millennium. It doesn't matter. However, all those ancestral lives imprint in their descendants, and that's why each one of our descendants, our great grandchildren, our children, do have our imprint attached to them, and so we will have their children and children. So a circle, the wheel of life here, a hijacked kind of life in this planet. Another thing, this reincarnation misconception is something that has been I guess that it has been misunderstood, on purpose, sometimes on purpose, to create a belief system, okay, yet another belief system or religion from the reptilians. And we didn't have to go through all this, okay. Is the blueprint of our ancestral, which we carry, which has been thwarted, has been manipulated, and been tainted, been messed with. So when we die, we don't necessarily return to the same planet. Okay, reincarnation could mean that reincarnation could also mean that we go through all this planet after death. This is what the reincarnation means that we come from one of this planet, not because we are originally from there, but we do time to go from one planet to another after death. That's why you see that some spirit imprint, okay, after we die, we may leave behind blueprint around, which is memory, okay. It acts the mind. The mind is the one left behind. The bodies go back to earth because it belongs to this land anyway, and the mentality, the mind of the entity is all over. It is omnipresent, means that it can be at many places at the same time with speed of a thought, because a thought is very speedy, at least for many people. Just after death, one may be in one planet, let's say Saturn, for example, Uranus, Saturn, but he at the same time he can be all over, even here on Earth. Okay, it doesn't matter. So that's why what I'm trying to say is that's why we have something sometimes, because not all supernatural cases and manifestations has to do with ghosts, human spirit, or human entity, or whatever, memories, imprints, etc. It may be demons, okay, can be demons, but in a case that is a human haunting, it doesn't mean that that person is there. It is pinned in there. It is attached to that place. It is how to say, it is imprisoned in there, in that place, in a house, in a building. It's not necessary. It's because they don't have the discernment to talk like us. Once inside the human body, we are more complete, okay. Once inside the human body, we are complete. We have our discernment. We can talk easily. We can explain. We can express. The same thing is not. It doesn't give respect to, let's say, a memory imprint left behind by a dead person. Okay, so don't try to talk to a ghost, because it doesn't have discriminatory conscience. It's just fragments of imprint of photonic light, okay? So it's just like you are talking with a AI is a program, okay? It's the same thing as you talk to a AI. A AI can talk to you because it's programmed. However, it misses some data. It's not able to talk to you, to communicate with you. So all those ceases in the past, this trade of talking with the dead with the dead, is all I guess it's a misconception, fanaticism, etc. Because it's very hard to communicate with the dead people. You can, yes, you can dream of them. You can see them in your dreams. You can even see them like this, face to face. However, you cannot talk with them because it's very hard. There are instances, there are, let's say, exceptions where that dead person is reprogrammed to come back and talk because they are allowed it to. If they are allowed it to, they are reprogrammed to come back and pass on a message. Otherwise, they are not able to. In the other side, we are monitored yet. Okay, we are always under surveillance as well. Thus, it's almost impossible to communicate with the dead. Simply because they are not complete. I'm always talking about it. They are not complete. It is just a software, a kind of memory imprint left behind. And as I said, it's just like you are talking with a computer. It doesn't have an original thinking, original kind of thought. They cannot judge, they cannot discriminate, and they can act impulsively as if there's some other forces were programming them. So it's very hard. So this reincarnation thing, to me, I guess it is a matter of, is a remnant of other places where we've been, okay? Can be Saturn, Venus, Sun. Here's the solar system, okay? We cannot go beyond that after death. Cannot. Those who stay around Jupiter, it takes years after death to go through this journey. And we are always, remember, we are always under surveillance, under the overlords, guidance, self-interested guidance. Just Jupiter, Uranus, Earth, the Earth, Mercury, Sun, Venus, Mars, Saturn, which is very far away, and Neptune is the most farther of all from Earth. And we sometimes after death we can dwell inside for a while, okay? But when the pressure is so much, the gravity is so much that you cannot hold us there, we automatically zoom outside of the earth. That conscience, which is a program, just zoom out, just move on, you see? And it may goes to Uranus, after it goes through Jupiter, and each one of this planet you are given a task to do, a mission. It's called level of learning, okay? So here, from here you go here, after that come back here, or you can from here go straight here, Neptune, but takes long time. Saturn, Mars, Venus, then go back to Uranus, Jupiter, Mercury. Mercury is the planet of thought. If you have Mercury as your planet, you are very fast thinker, not even talker, thinker. And is very much alive in the sun signs of Virgo and Gemini. Have a speed of light thought. These natives have a kind of very restless kind of thinking. Okay, they are always thinking. So you can, after that, from Mercury you come to Earth. So you are not necessarily from Earth. Okay, it does mean you don't have to die first, then to go to all this. You may go, you may just come from there and come to Earth first. And this is what the reincarnation is all about. Okay, you come from other planes, and then you come to Earth. You incarnate. You didn't reincarnated. Who is incarnated? Reincarnated ones our ancestral. Thus we bring, when we incarnate to Earth, we come to a planet, we bring in the footprint and all the blueprint and DNA of our ancestral. They can be human and no humans, okay? And we bring with ties all this. Usually is within one family group, one lineage, your brothers, sisters, grandfather, grandmothers, grandparents, and your parents. So you don't necessarily need to have to come from Earth and then you reincarnate, come back again. If you want to reincarnate later on, you can, but you should not be forced to. This reincarnation means again that you reincarnate, you come from another planet, another source, another planes, okay? Like me, for example, maybe I come from, I did a time in Uranus, I did a time in Venus and Saturn. These three planets, Venus, Uranus and Saturn. Saturn is a very tough one because you go there to have hard knocks, okay? You go there to put, to place, like, it's quite like a punishment. You go there to, they punishes you through hard experiences. So that's why when you come from there, you already come like, you either come too traumatized, you come back, if you have to reincarnate to Earth, you become too traumatized. That's why there's psychopaths around here, with this, how we call criminals, etc., because of past lives in other planets and all those traumas that they go through. Okay, so Saturn is they call a school, is school, but I wouldn't say it's a school. It's just like, it's more like a station, a stopover of the hard knocks, because it's all about transformation. It's all about modification, and it's the hard negative way. It's more negative than it is positive. Satan either take away or gives, okay? When it is in good mood, it gives to you. When it's in bad mood, it takes away. The name is already Satan, so you can more or less figure out who controls it. Okay, so it's very hard. They said I have been in there, and also I went to Venus, where I have learned many arts like painting, writing, speaking, singing, etc. Is a planet of arts. That's Venus. Not about love, about arts. And then I went to Uranus. Uranus is also not a planet very restless, and it's always in movement, and it likes changes. Okay, whenever Uranus is there, there's always chaos. Okay, because they like to make things moving forward. It's about future. With Saturn together, it can cause a lot of chaos, and that's why you have been through the Kalsarpa here on Earth, and you still are. You're gonna have more problem ahead within 20 months from now, and that's the effect of Uranus, Saturn, and now also you have Mars. Once Mars is there, there is bound to have a war. If it's a cold war, it's about to have a lot of violence here on Earth. Okay, Mars is not a very nice energy. Its energy is not very nice. Neptune is the planet of contemplation. It's there where you attain a lot of parapsychology, psychic abilities. I have my one in Pisces. My Neptune is in Pisces. My Saturn is in Aquarius. My Venus is either in Virgo or Libra. My Mars is in Scorpio, which makes me very angry at the times. Okay, but it's a very slow to get angry. But once get angry, my God, the Scorpio. So my Sun is in Virgo. Mercury also Virgo. Mercury I am in either Virgo or Libra. It's one of those, but I believe I'm in Virgo. I'm not Libra. Libra is too down before me. I'm in Virgo, Mercury in Virgo. Jupiter, I am Jupiter is I forgot, but something like something like Sagittarius. Yeah, something like the Sagittarius. My Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and my Uranus is in Virgo. So Uranus in Virgo makes you like more controlled, because Virgo is all about stop to think. Virgo is all about discipline. So when my Uranus is in Virgo, I am a bit composed, and my Venus is in Virgo, so it makes me a bit more practical rather than talk and be too romantic. I'm a bit cold, but I'm more into practicality rather than showing that you care for someone. You rather go there and do things rather than talk and never do. Okay, if I can do, I do. If I cannot, I won't promise. So that's it. So you doesn't necessarily have to reincarnate. Okay, it doesn't have to reincarnate at all. These are all misunderstandings to create a religion, another religion system. This is all nonsense here. I don't know why people believe still in this crap. I have gone to hell. I'm not saying I didn't. I went in 83, and I went there in a place where there is not. Yeah, there's one horror. I have seen creatures in there, but doesn't mean that everybody was making noise. But I have seen people inside a jail. Yeah, I have seen people inside a jail. And around all dragon, keeping the place. But that that was in 83. After that, I no longer went to hell. But on the 90s, always they pull my legs while I sleep. They pull my legs down a tunnel to bring me there. But I fight back and I come back. Okay, that's when I followed the religion system. After I left the religions, they no more came to disturb me. But they came, but in another way. But they no more pull my legs down to that tunnel. It was a very dark, very scary, terrorizing kind of tunnel. Very dark, pitch black. Okay. However, that was before. It is not anymore. Doesn't have to have all this. That's nonsense. Okay. That's nonsense. It's scary people. So you must be careful in what you believe. What you believe shall be unto you. You don't have to believe in all this nonsense, although there is a possibility that it may exist. It may or may not be a state, a condition, a state of mind. Okay, just like a nightmare. But you can come out of it. Don't worry. It's not an eternity. You can come out of it in a snap of a finger. Or a snap on of an eye, because as soon as you say to yourself, I don't believe in that, it doesn't exist, I'm not this, okay, I'm not this, this part that is here is not me, then you're gonna see a much larger picture of what you are and how things has been created, how things has been thwarted in the occult arena, the occult aspect of reality. You don't have to be in there, okay? Nobody does. Nobody. But I want to focus on her from the Judeo-Christian perspective around the 18th century. BC, the Hebrew Bible Testament refer to the afterlife as Sheol. I heard that those Hebrews or Jews does not believe in hell. Where does this Sheol come about? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, that's true. Just like a black hole, something like that. Okay, it exists. However, you don't need to think about it at the time of the death. Don't think about it. Just remember that a party that is there is not you. A party that goes there is not you. It's just like observing you suffering. It's like a movie. It's not reality. You are pretending to be suffering. You doesn't have to suffer at all. This is nonsense, because I'm gonna tell you why we shouldn't believe in all this crap. First of all, hell is a violation of entity. I'm not going to do human or animal, whatever, rights, but I would say is a violation of entity's right. Why? Because there's no gods, okay? Gods are aliens, Dracos. They are self-made gods. They are creatures like us who have along the way seen themselves as gods, but they are not gods. And they have twisted all the goodness that they have in this solar system. Just they don't have a right in the first place to create this world whereby people, not say people, that party there has to suffer. First of all, how will you suffer mentally wise? Because you no more have the physical body to suffer. So how do you suffer? Ghost likely, if the software that you are carrying with you, the light body, can it suffer in the first place? It could suffer mentally wise. They use psychology to make you suffer. Yes, you could suffer mentally wise because you are operating with the mind. You are no longer operating with your body. Remember that you are no more a body. Once the other side, you are no more a body. So what for? You don't need to eat, you don't need to sleep, you don't need to drink, you don't need to have sex. And I don't think that you will suffer pain. The pain is psychological, emotional. It's more the emotional kind rather than physical. Okay, nobody has to suffer physically on the other side. It's not right, it's not true. These are all religions, misconceptions, and a misunderstanding that fools the people who are naive, people who are frivolous. Okay, if you but wake up to the truth and accept another possibilities, you won't have to go through all the psychological sufferings, because it's a psychological operation by the mind, a software, rather than a physical body, because the physical body is there in the earth, or shall I say your bones, because we're gonna go through the process of putrefaction. We are gonna decompose, and there's some who will be burnt, will be cremated. So how is it possible that we're gonna suffer all this? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's not true. You don't have to go through all this. It's not true. It's not true. This is dementia. This is some kind of fanaticism and a mental disease. Maybe there are such places, but they were made for other entities, reptilians or other. They are not for human body. Okay, so I don't think that there's a possibility that we're gonna end up there, and much less for eternity. That's not true. That's not true. Especially now that the things have been changed, rules had been amended, has been changed. Okay, so I don't think that we go through all this, and I hope that I'm right. I do hope that I'm right, because I have lost a lot of family member like my parents, siblings, etc. And yesterday, some of them have come to me. Like, how many sisters come to me? Two sisters who passed away, one recently, another 3 years ago, and one brother who stopped in 83 following me. He died in 73 and keep on following me until 83. From 83 he stopped. He stopped following me. And he who dragged me to where he was. And yes, he was in hell, but it was a kind of place that it's not like this. It was another level. Okay, but it was then in 83. I don't know how is it right now. I don't know, maybe the same or they have some change. After all, if the earth has regeneration, have development, why not hell? Sure, they have already renovated. So you don't have to think negatively, okay? I saw my brother, but later he I guess he went out of there and he went to another planes. Other planes, another planet, and look, I start to think about it since I in the 80s to the 90s. I have these feelings and this kind of thought. I would go to bed and I'll think. I believe that when we die, we are going to another planet, and right on, really, it's true. But hell is not another planet; it's below the Earth. Okay, it usually is found geographically speaking. It is mostly found on the volcanoes. There are some sort of portal that leads to hell. However, it is more a state of mind. You don't have to dwell in there. You don't have to believe in this fanaticism. Okay? And so back to my dead relatives. My mother came to me. She was okay. She was still operate like she was discerning things. She was very specific and objective. She told me that God was God. She said this God. She not even say God. She said this God is so boring. I want you here with me. Can you come stay with me? I said, sorry mom, but I still have the back then in 2008 I still have my son who was still young, around 11-year old. And I said, no mom, I'm not ready yet. I'm so sorry. And I laugh at the way how she was. She was always active and very funny going. So I laughed at her and she said, this God is so boring. And then after she go away, she was outside my window. And after that she keep on coming, through the year, but she has stopped. The last time she came was in 2020 during the pandemic. She was with my sister this time around, and it was my sister's birthday. It was in March. They were celebrating her birthday, and they invited me and invite one of our sisters to come along, and it was very kind of it was okay. I mean, very interesting. And it's not a schizophrenia. I know that some people, this person has schizophrenia. No, some people do have this gift. Fortunately, because in a way I like it, and other than that, let me say, this sister kept on coming to me. The first time she was very in bad shape, very, very weak. It was when, soon after she left her body, she died. Soon after, she was very weak, very, very, very weak. After that, she became rejuvenated and full of strength. And that was 1 year after her death. I saw her this time around. She was more like very revigoration, very strong, very active. And I was happy for her, but she was not quite the person I knew here. She was different. She and my mother was different. I didn't even recognize them mentally wise, just like they have lost their personality. Okay, so don't expect to find deal with your dead, your beloved ones, the same as you met them here on earth. It's not gonna be the same thing. They're a bit like, I would say they're a bit very crazy. I cannot, if I can be blunt and direct. So she kept this sister who died in 2019. She kept on coming to me. Last time was this month. Yeah, this month or last month. Yeah, this month or last month she came again. Okay, she came. And Eliane also came see her. That I tell in my video anyway. So that was the last time I saw her. It was about more than a month ago. And my other sister who passed away last year, another sister, she just came one time. It was in February also. My brother, he came to me like personally. It was not even dream or vision. It was like I felt the presence beside me before I went to bed. Okay, but after that he left me. No more he came. He didn't bug me at all. His brother, my father never bugged me. I'm not saying my sisters also bugged me. No, they didn't. In fact, I'm happy to have their, how to say, their energy around. And yeah, that's what I have to say. That people, when they die, they still keep on have. Okay, they still keep on, what the heck, they still keep on have a kind of mentality. However, it will not be the same. It's not be the same like they were here. Okay, and our journey, our living will not end after that. Unfortunately not. We still have to go through many of these planets. It will be chosen for us. They will choose as a right place of expression. You see, it's gonna be decided for us, but I will not allow it. Because I believe that I do have the right to just go wherever I want to go, or to meld the cosmology, multiverse, etc. from where I came from. And I don't have to go all this process of going from a planet in the solar system to another. I don't want that. I'm tired of this game. I'm gonna tell them leave me alone because I'm tired of it. Will you please leave me alone, or just destroy if you can? If not, you cannot destroy because you are not a god. Okay, because to me a cosmos created all this, and there's the quarks that created all this. Those beings, those entities that most of you worship, are creatures like us, also created by the cosmology. Okay, on that they want to boss around, they want to be holier than do, or even evil ones, but think that they are holy, and they want to be the kids on the blocks. They want to be the mighty gods, and well, not to me. No, they aren't. So that's why I want to plead for my sovereignty, because I don't see myself as a human either. I have a human experience. You have a human experience, but we are not humans. What what we are much more than that. Okay, so that's why this notion of hell doesn't make any sense, because for that you will have to embody a human body again, and our causal body is a copy of our physical, only that it is made of, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm made of photon, a molecule, something like that. Does it feel pain? I don't know. I still have to find out. Okay, and that's the causal body that will suffer. Okay, however, that causal body should not be permanent, so there's nothing nothing to worry about, because it should not be permanent. That too will have to be pulverized, recycled, destroyed. Most part will be destroyed, some part will be recycled. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about, and I'm very glad that I know all this, and I can impart for those who are interested, truly interested. I know it's not everybody, it's around 0.1%, because humanity, unfortunately, I still very much inclined and interested in things that doesn't have any value to them. They think that they're gonna they're gonna live forever, and they get frightened, and they don't know what to do once they leave this body. Because why? They are not prepared. They haven't make their preparation to die yet. They only make preparation to live. That's okay, but you must also have a time to preparation to die, because that's unfortunately, not say unfortunately, that's it is how to say, it's a natural way. Okay, it's not even a consequence. This is a sequence of life. It's not a consequence. Consequence is what we brought along in our light body. That's the consequences. At least for those who swear that they have created this causal body. However, we are not a causal body. That's an entity per se. We don't have to respond for that causal body. Let the causal body respond for itself. Okay, let it be destroyed. It's not ice. It will not be ice. And I'm the only one tell you this. You see many gurus or whatever who are into spirituality. They are into spirituality. However, spirituality is not the same as metaphysics. I am into metaphysics, which is mostly science mixed with the invisible. I will not say occult, because when we talk about occult, people view it as something, black magic, rituals. Nothing to do. I'm an atheist. I don't practice anything. I don't pray. I don't meditate. I don't meditate at all. Okay, I don't deal with rituals. So metaphysics hasn't nothing to do with religions, system, or rituals, or practices, whatever. Okay, I just know that I know, and then as I know, I will impart. Some people will like to have you dumb, because when you are dumb, they can best manipulate you. Okay, so they tell you not to know. They tell you that not to know is the key to know, but it's not true. Whoever tells you not to find out more and to look for knowledge and to know is because they want to manipulate you, is because they are hiding something, and because they don't want to impart knowledge to you, because they know it's power, and they want the power only for themselves, so that they will best control the minds of the masses. And that's good, because you all deserve it. Why? Because you all are like jackasses. You go for people who you see that have prestige. Oh, a man, a guru have prestige, a priest, etc. have prestige because a male. They even say that their God is a male. No, God's not male, neither is a female. Okay? It's not. It's not true. So you go for them because you see, oh, they have a penis, they have a pendulum, they are more like, uh, they have more credits, they are more credential than a woman. What does a woman know? They will say. Okay? But in that, most of humanity goes wrong, because many of the soothsayers in history were women, like Delphina from Greece, that ancient prophetess. I'm not saying that I'm a prophetess. I'm not a prophetess. I am into metaphysics. Sometimes I have the gift to know. Okay, I just have to delve within and dive within to know. However, this other woman, they have another kind of gift. They were more attuned to things that may or may have not turned real, have not come true. I have had premonitions, a lot of premonition as well. Okay, all this cataclysm that is happening right now, I have been seeing since 2011. All the cataclysm right now, I have been seeing long time. I think not 2011, it was before that, even 2005. Okay, 2005, 2004, I didn't see anything. But from 2005 onward, I start to see more things. I start to open up my my higher chakras, my coronary chakra, my pineal gland. That was in 2005. And I have seen many things that happen now in the future, like beings. I don't know whether they were AI or not, but they came to me to tell about the pandemic that was 2004. It was in 2014 that it came to me that many people will perish. Men will not be able to withstand the waves, the negative waves that is coming your way. Okay, and then 2019 also, I have seen the black hole attacked my lungs on the back. That 2019. Okay, it was between January 2019 to February 2019, when the COVID was already here. Anyway, so I have this site whereby these shamanic people from the Americas came to me and gave me this premonition that something will come my way, and that I was the first to know. He came, we were chosen, there's nothing you can do about it. Later on in 2020, the beings, entities of Egypt came also to say that they have brought these bad waves, because to me is a kind of craft. Okay, it's also a craft. And they told me that they come from ancient Egypt, and that they one of Sekhmet, and she was a very tall woman, but almost 2 meters tall, black woman from ancient Egypt. And she tells me that there's more coming. It was in June 2020. Okay, there were more to come, more waves coming in the way. They will send more. Right now they stopped it. Yeah, they stopped it. The last time was 2021. 2021 they came to me to show that they will cause more problem, the dark energy. So that's it. Until now I'm okay. They left me. The last time was the AT who came to rub me something in my skin. After that I got Omicron. He came and then he rubbed me something in my shoulder, rubbed my skin, something. Why? I don't know. Were him protecting me or harming me? I don't know. It was an alien. It's something in his waist, in the side of his waist, like a brain, kind of jelly that could have life on its own, pink color. Eesh, so creepy. So after that, okay, they left me. Maybe they would come again this year. I don't know. Maybe they usually come on. They come on June, January, February, June,